Hello, my name is Ghanwa Hakim, and you are watching the Arabic Hour. Today we bring you Iyad Burnat, a Palestinian activist and coordinator of the Popular Committee, a group that has organized weekly non-violent protests in the Palestinian village of Bil'in for the past 10 years.
When they started to build the wall, they destroyed 1,000 olive trees for the farmers. It's mean in a small village, 2,000 people live in this village. It's mean a big thing. It's mean the economy of the village. When you destroyed 1,000 olive trees, this olive trees is more than 1,000 year old. To build apartheid wall and a new settlement, it's mean a lot of things for a farmers. It was in December 2004 when they starting to destroy the land for the people. The people of Bil'in refused that. They go, everybody, children, women, men, everybody, they march together to try to stop the bulldozers destroy this land. And it was every day. In the beginning was every day until February 2005. We organize ourselves, we build our committee, and we lead the people for demonstrations every Friday.
Today, we bring you coverage of his talk entitled Got Human Rights, Palestinians Don't, which took place at the Community Church of Boston in Copley Square on March 30th, 2015, which discusses his village's trials and struggles for freedom via nonviolent resistance. Let's go to Copley Square for our coverage.
Okay, welcome everybody. It's really good to have you here. Today is a special day. In Palestine, it's known as Land Day, March 30th. Every year on this date, Palestinians remember what occurred on March 30th, 1976, when Palestinians within Israel, Palestinian citizens of Israel, called a general strike and organized demonstrations to protest the expropriation of thousands of acres of their land in the Galilee, which is now part of what's called Israel proper. This was being taken by Israel in the process called Judaization, making it Jewish land. Israel sent in the army and tanks, and 6 unarmed Palestinian citizens of Israel were killed. Over 100 were wounded, and hundreds more arrested. And every year this is commemorated as Land Day. So nearly 40 years later, Land Day commemorates this ongoing struggle of Palestinians to hold on to their land, a struggle that we will be hearing about from our speaker today, Iyad Burnat. Many of you, I think, have seen the film in which he has featured his brother's film, 5 Broken Cameras, about the struggle of his village, which he is going to be talking to us today about. But before I introduce him, I would like to invite Ruby Poltorak, who's a local activist and poet, to read a poem she wrote in, I believe, 2006 about the Land Day events of 1976.
Hi, thank you. Also, to add to that, one of the reasons for Judaicization was to make an industrial area from Haifa east, a triangle that would be essentially free of Palestinians except as low-wage workers in the industrial sector when they would not have their agricultural incomes anymore and their agricultural lives. I've changed the names here because in 2006 it was difficult to get back and find people to get permission to use names. So names have been changed. And you'll notice the date is March 29th, 1976 of this poem. And the title is in Hebrew. Yehud HaGalil, Judaicization of the Galilee, March 29th, 1976. Engagement party next week in Arabe Village. Ululation in celebration will rise over the Galilee. The whole village will come, neighboring ones too, dabka and games, food for all made by the bride's aunts and Saleh, her mother. Kibbeh and rice on giant platters, kebab and grape leaves, hand-rolled baklava, sticky and sweet. Noor, the bride, whose name means light, giggles with her sisters who rustle and sew the white chiffon abaya, weave Walid's name into the stitches of their whispers. No money to buy crystal beads to adorn its hem, but yes, the bright promise of children. In the villages this week, a one-day strike. No one will work today. A new policy will take away our land. We will lose our trees, ancient olive, fragrant apricot and lemon, tiny garlic fields, and purple puffs of onion blooms, bright patches of poppies, pink carpets of flowers among the rocks where you can hear goats bleating and their bells for miles across the hillsides in the clear air. No, we must stand as Gandhi stood. Tanks enter villages at dawn. In Sahnin, Abu Yusuf, the mayor, smooths his gray beard, straightens his best jacket over his jalaba, straightens his bent frame, comes down to see. They beat him up. 6 young men from the villages shot dead by tanks. Our tanks were there to protect our soldiers. Why were the soldiers there then, and the tanks? This week, 6 white sheets swaddle the young men. In the villages, there are burials, and wailing floats over the Galilee.
Thank you, Ruby. Now I would like to introduce our main speaker, Iyad Burnat, who's the coordinator of the Popular Committee in Bil'in, Palestine, which is a small farming village in the occupied West Bank. For 10 years, he has helped organize the people of Bil'in to participate in weekly demonstrations, weekly nonviolent demonstrations against the confiscation of their land, the destruction of their olive trees, and Israel's illegal separation wall and settlements. Think of it. Think of Selma, if you've seen that movie. Think of the March Across the Pettus Bridge. Think of what's known here as Bloody Sunday. And think if that had happened every week for 10 years. That is what the people of Bil'in have been facing. Brutal repression by the Israeli army, which, if you want to see the film that his brother made, 5 Broken Cameras, it gives a really good up-close view of what they have endured. This is a movie that was amazingly, from my point of view, nominated as the best foreign film at the Oscars. It didn't get the final award, but it was one of 5 films that was nominated. Now, this repression has gone on, and last summer, I believe, Iyad's 15-year-old son was shot in the leg. The bullet severed a nerve, and he's undergoing treatment. And at the end of this, I'm going to pass around a box, and if you can give anything to help with this treatment, that would be much appreciated. So during this last decade, hundreds have been wounded. At least, I believe, 2 people in Bil'in have been killed. Maybe it's more. I don't know. And hundreds of demonstrators have been arrested. And Iyad himself, who was first arrested as a teenager for throwing stones and imprisoned for 2 years, has been arrested on numerous occasions since then. Now, Bil'in's demonstrations have been joined by people from Israel, by people from around the world, by people like Jimmy Carter and Archbishop Desmond Tutu, and yet still their struggle goes on. Still the world has yet to say, enough impunity. Israel must stop what it's doing. It must give back the land. So it is a great honor to have here a witness from this amazing nonviolence protest movement. Thank you for coming to Boston, Iyad Burnat.
Shukran. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everybody. I am also very happy to be here with you to talk about our small village and our non-violent struggle in Palestine. That we have now not just Bil'in struggling against the wall and the settlements, against the occupation. We have many places around West Bank doing the weekly demonstration in non-violent way. So I am Iyad Burnat, the head of the Popular Committee Against the Wall and the Settlement in Bil'in Village, a member in the steering committee in West Bank in non-violent struggle. I've been arrested many times, about 12 times. The first time was when I was 17 years old, in the first Intifada, 1992. I spent 2 years in jail, and if we want to talk about the jail, it's another story about the Israelis' jail and how they treated the children, especially the children in jail. It's really a very hard time, especially in the first 21 days in my spent in jail. That was very hard, very bad situation, and very hard to talk about it. I know this because I lived this life in jail. And now I see my people in the village being arrested, and most of them is the children. They put them in jail between 4 months to 18 months because they joined the non-violent demonstrations. So I've been arrested, I've been injured, I've been arrested in my home also. I have 5 children. And the bad thing that's happened in Bil'in Village, it's the night raids. We will talk about the night raids later, how they treated the people at night time. The last night raid was 2 days ago. They came to the village, a big group of soldiers with jeeps. They start throwing tear gas inside of the houses, sound bombs, everywhere, to scare the children, to scare the people in the village. This has happened, especially 2009, 2010, it was every day, every night. That's, the officer said, if you come in weekly demonstration Friday, we will come every night to your village. So Bil'in is a small village, 2,000 people live in Bil'in. The land of the village is 4,000 dunums. When they started to build the apartheid wall, they confiscated about 2,300 dunums from the village. It's about 60% from the land of the village. If you look to the map here, you see the red line is the apartheid wall, how they confiscated. The blue line in the middle, it's the new settlement, Mittiyahu Mizrah, it's called. That they started to build it after 2003, in the same time when they start to build the wall. The green line here is the green line, 1967 border. Between the green line and the red line, you see about 7 settlements. All these settlements, they built it after Oslo Agreement. I say that because, you know, 22 years of negotiation between the Palestinian Authority and the Israelis, what's happened for the Palestinians? If we want to talk in general, more than 10,000 Palestinians being killed in this time, in the time of the peace issues, in the time of the negotiations. More than 450,000 settlers lived in West Bank area in this time. 250 settlements inside West Bank. It means that the Israelis didn't care for any international law, for any agreements. They never stop building settlements. When I say Netanyahu Mizrah in 2003, they start to build it, it was also the negotiation time. And the Israeli government was saying that we stop building settlements. In the same time, they start to build the apartheid wall. Most of the people in the villages are farmers. Bil'in as a case of the non-violent resistance in Palestine. If we talk about Bil'in, it's the same happened in Safa and Na'lin and Nabi Saleh, Al-Ma'sara, all these villages around. And the new village Tormos Ayya now, that's doing the weekly demonstration. In Silwad, in also in Kalandia, in Jalazon, all these places, it's the same situation. Why they're fighting? Why they're struggling? Because we don't like it? Because we like to go there to be injured or arrested? No, because we are suffering and we refuse to die in silence. This is our message. When they started to build the wall, they destroyed 1,000 olive trees for the farmers. It's mean in a small village, 2,000 people live in this village, it's mean a big thing. It's mean the economy of the village. When you destroyed 1,000 olive trees, this olive trees is more than 1,000 years old. To build apartheid wall and a new settlement, it's mean a lot of things for farmers. It was in December 2004 when they starting to destroy the land for the people. The people of Bil'in refuse that. They go, everybody, children, women, men, everybody, they march together to try to stop the bulldozers, destroy this land. And it was every day. In the beginning was every day until February 2005. We organize ourselves, we build our committee, and we lead the people for demonstrations every Friday. Since that time, we have our weekly demonstrations every Friday with international from all over the world. They was join us in our demonstrations. With Israelis activists who against the occupation was join us in the demonstrations. So 10 years, it's a big story. Every day, we have a new story. Each family in the village have a story. That some families, her son being injured and he's have a problem in his body. Some families, they have their children being in jail. Some families, they have been their children being killed. So each family, they lost by this occupation. We use the non-violent way in our struggle. We put ourselves in cages, in barrels, in cylinders in front of the bulldozers. We type ourselves in the olive trees. We did every week in weekly demonstration new idea, a new message to the people. After 2.5 years, we succeed. We succeed to have a decision from the Israeli High Court to remove the wall back 500 meters. And it was a big succeed for a small village that give us more hope to continue in Bil'in and in other villages. But the army refused to demolish the wall in that time. It takes for them more 4 years to do it. They demolished it in June 2011. But also still a succeed for a small village. We succeed to stop 2,000 apartments in the settlement Netanyahu Mizrah. That's the plan of the settlement was where is the last house in the village. And it was a big succeed that we break the famous company in Israel. It's called Havat Siva. It's broken by stopping this 2,000 apartment. And the manager of the company, he's left to Italy, and they arrested him there. It was a big news in Israelis newspapers about this succeed. We have many times also the Israelis televisions who came to Bil'in to take photos for our actions. Everywhere the media comes, international media. We have a lot of famous people who's visiting Bil'in, like Jimmy Carter and Desmond Tutu and many of the European Parliament, many people who have Nobel Peace Prize also visiting Bil'in. In other side, we have a lot of violence from the Israeli soldiers that they use against us. Here it shows the succeed in the village. This map shows the old wall and the new wall. And the wall in Bil'in is a concrete wall, it's cement. And here is where's the houses, how they was destroyed, the olive trees. Sorry. So the weekly demonstration, since that time we have every week a demonstration. We carry every week an idea with us to send message to the political people, to the our people in the ground, to international people, that this is not a security wall. What the Israelis said, it is just to put the Palestinian in jail together. This is apartheid wall. This is to confiscate more land, to build more settlements, to make the life hard for the Palestinians to live their land. And this is the goal of the Zionists, to clean the land from the people. And this is, for me, what's happened in 1948, and we close to the Nakba Day, May 15, it's the same happened in this time, but in different ways. In that time, they destroyed 500 villages, and they killed many people to scare them to leave their houses. And we have now more than 6 million refugees outside of Palestine because of a Nakba. In this time, they did the same with the people in Palestine. They make the life hard. They destroyed the land of the people, especially the farmers, so they didn't have a job or food for their families. They're storing the water by building the wall in the big aquifer water in West Bank. They're storing the water and they give it to the settlements. If you go there, you feel that, and many of you was there, and you see how the settlement is green, swimming pools, 24 hours, the water there. The Palestinian village is brown, and you see the tanks on the roofs that's to collect the water. The farmers cannot plant anything now in summertime because they're stolen our water. They sell us a little bit from this water. In our village, we have the water one time a week or in 2 weeks sometimes. So it's very expensive for the farmers to plant anything. It's also to make the life hard. In the future soon, we didn't have any place to build new houses for our children. So this is the way how to encourage the people to leave their lands, to the cities or outside. The farmers cannot go to the cities because it's very expensive, so they have to find another job in the embassies to get visas to go outside to Europe, to United States. And many of the people did that. Not in our village, we didn't have anyone who's left to the city or to the outside until now. But we didn't know in the future, 10 years, 5 years, what's happened. So this is our weekly demonstration. That's sometimes it's be 100 people, sometimes 3,000 people. But the important thing that we continue every week, despite if it's rain or hot. Every week we have our demonstrations. Sometimes they did a curfew against the village in Friday but we break the curfew and we went to our demonstration. We break the curfew by our music. We didn't have rockets, we didn't have weapons. And by this way we succeed. We're fighting by our bodies.
You are watching coverage of a recent talk by Palestinian activist Iyad Burnat, revolving around non-violent resistance in Palestine. Stay tuned for more after this break.
You are watching The Arabic Hour, a program of news, views, culture, cuisine, and the Arab American experience. To view today's program or any previous programs, log on to our website at www.arabichour.org.
This is some of our creative ideas that we did. Put ourselves in cage like this or in barrels. We did a lot of demonstration also against the settlement in this area. And this settlement also is a big story. After 1 year, they started in 2014, December 2005, the Israeli court refused our call because we went to the court by our Israeli lawyer, Michael Sfard. They refused our call. And they said we will continue to build this wall and the settlement. We went there and we started to fight against the settlement in the same time. Because the court said this wall is security for the settlement. And the settlement is still, there is, sorry, there is no people live in the settlement until this minute. So the wall is security for the settlement. In that time, we was finding that this settlement is illegal by the Israeli law. All the settlement is illegal by the international law, and we know. But this one, it's illegal by the Israelis' law. How? The Israeli court gave the company, Hafatsiva, to build 1,600 apartments. So what they did, the companies and the mayor of Kiryat Sefer in that area, it's called Mudain Elite now, they decided to build a 3,006 apartment without the court. Just what they're doing in other villages and other settlements, they're building new houses in the settlements without permission because they know that they scared the Palestinians by weapons, by shooting to the farmers, so nobody will ask. But in that time we find that. So in that time we're starting to fight against the wall and the settlement in the same time. We did a lot of actions. The main action was against the settlement is we built our room there, our settlement inside of the settlement, because it's our land. And this was a big succeed also to stop the 2,000 apartments. The first night when we went there, we take our caravan, as you see in the photo, and we put our caravan there, mobile house. We put ourselves inside, we close it, and we stayed there. The soldiers came, they broke in the doors, and they take the people away. They arrested some, they beating some, and they take the caravan. The next night we bring another caravan, and we put it there. Because we know that this settlement that they built it, also it's illegal by the Israeli law. And they have to demolish it by the court. We bring our caravan, we stayed there the same. They came, they beating us. But in that time we asked the officer there when he take the caravan, why you take our caravan and you give this settlers to build new houses in our land illegal? There is no permission from the court. We give him the papers. He said, this house is ceiling and windows and doors, so we cannot demolish it or take it. We need a permission from the court to do that. It's illegal, yes, but we need a permission from the court to demolish these houses. In the next night, we bring our cement blocks, طوب يعني block, and we build our room in 3 hours at the middle of the night. It was, I remember it was raining in that night. It was December, rain. So we have to make fire inside of the room to get the walls to draw. And we catch the ceiling for 2 hours before the soldiers came. When the soldiers came at 8 morning, they find that there is a room. They was very crazy, shooting everywhere, shouting to us, go from here. We told him, you need a permission to demolish our room. Yes, and it succeeded. The room is still there 6 years. And we stay in this room at night and in the day, 24 hours, with our friends, international Israeli activists who came and staying with us. So it's stop building more houses in the settlement, this room. And when they demolish the wall and move it back, it was after this room. But after that, after removing the wall, they bring a permission from the court to demolish it, because it's Area C, and it's too close to the settlement. In that time, we did a lot of actions against the settlement, especially the settlement. We take our families and we go there, we live in the houses. It was 2 big houses in the settlement, and they was building it where is the farm of olive trees. And it's illegal, it comes from the company. They was stealing the olive trees from our farms, and they was selling it inside of Israel to the settlements, to the gardens, between $1,000 to $3,000 for 1 tree. This was from the companies who was working there. And these 2 companies, it's called Greenbark and Greenmount, 2 companies. It's Canadian companies. And we stopped them in the end. We stopped them to do that by going to the international court in Canada, Montreal, against them. Because it's by international law, it's illegal for the international companies to work in the Palestinian land in 1967. So here we follow the international law, the Israeli law, the Palestinian, everywhere we was searching, we was doing our work, not just in the demonstration. We have many ways was working every day. And we succeed to stop these 2 companies to work in our land. So these 2 buildings was built, they built it on the farm land, where's the olive trees. And this land by the Ottomanic law, because they use against us also the Ottomanic law, that's the land, you didn't use it for 6 years, they will confiscate it for the country. But the land that's used, they cannot confiscate it. In this time, they built the 2 houses, these 2 houses on the land, farmland. We take our families and we go, we live in these 2 houses. We take everything with us. Blankets, beds, bicycles for the children, Palestinian flags, like we go to live there. We put the Palestinian flag on the front of the building, and we stayed there, we start cooking and everything like our houses. It's our houses, because you built it on our land, and you didn't have any paper to say that it's your house. When the security came to us, they saw the flags, the Palestinian flags, they saw that smoke, that we make fire as Palestinian life, you know. Yes. So the settlers was crazy in that area. That's calling the police. There is a Palestinians here. There is a terrorist here. We cooking what terrorist? So when the security came, we told him, this is our house. We built it. You have anything to say? He said, no, but it's for security reason. I have to take you from here. Security reason, it's because we are danger for the settlers. You know, they take us from the houses, they arrested us, all of us, the children, and they take us away. After 3 months, they demolished these 2 houses. Houses is Imarat, yani. It's not house like apartment, it's a big houses. They demolish it after 3 months by the court. So this was our way to how to fight. We fight them by there is law. We fight them by the international law. And this happened in all Palestine, that they building these houses and these settlements without any permission, because they know that the Palestinian, we scared them. They are quiet. They didn't do anything. They scared from our weapons. So we did that against them. Here also we use every time as much as we can ideas that send the message to many people in the world. So in this, you know what's this?
Yeah. Avatar.
This is Avatar movie that's known by millions of people, and it shows the same story of Palestine, that people came from outside, they went their land, and they're fighting and they win in the end. When the soldiers saw these people coming, this is this is our people. We make them in Bil'in. It's from Bil'in people, yani. Look like Avatar, and they lead the demonstration. So when the soldiers and the fence say these people coming, every time, you know, when we marching to the wall, every time we find a lot of gas coming to us. By machines, they put big machines in the jeeps and they throw 50 tear gas in the same time. When they just saw us coming. And this time they was waiting. They didn't throw anything. The Avatar people climbing the fence, and what's happened? So they didn't understand what's going on, the soldiers. So after that they attacked the demonstration and all the people. This is the weapons that they use against us. This is the machine we talk about. On the jeep they put it. They throw about 50 tear gas in the same time. You will see all the area full of tear gas. Here, this photo here is before I came, just 2 weeks. This is my house. You cannot see my house because there's a lot of gas. So, you know, I have a child, 1 year old. He smelled tear gas more than 10 times now. Because my home is close to the wall, and when they came, every time they attack my home by gas, every time. So we have to take him away from the house, or to put him in a special room, or to close everything. But he's happy when he smells gas. He didn't take So this gas, you can see everybody. This gas is, they use it every week also, this kind of tear gas, the black one. It's made in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania.
It's our gift to you.
Most of, what?
It's our gift, American gift, sorry to say.
This is most of the weapons that they used against us. It's illegal by the international law, and it's made in United States. The danger one that they used against us is this black one. This one here, And by this one, they kill our friend Basim Abu Rahma, our friend Mustafa Tamimi. When they shot Basim Abu Rahma, it was 20 meters between him and the soldier. He's died in the place. It's make a big hole in his chest. The American army was used to broke in the windows when they, or something heavy when they want to attack some place. In our villages, they use it direct to the people in 15 meters and 20 meters. When they shot our friend Mustafa Tamimi from Nabi Saleh, it was 1 meter between him and between the soldier. It's broken all his face. He's died in the place. So, by the way, we have 40 people who's been killed in the non-violent demonstration around the villages. The last one was the minister. He's been killed in Turmusaiya village. The last one, he was a minister in the Palestinian Authority. He was joined a demonstration in Turmusaiya village. They was planting a new olive trees, and the soldiers attacked him, and he was injured and died in the place. Yeah. So they use many kinds of weapons. You heard about the weapon 022. 022 is become illegal by the international law because of United States. Because they use it just the snipers. They shoot it, especially in our villages, they shoot the children by these weapons. It's very small, aluminum, like the same of the live bullet. But when they shoot, when you get a bullet like this, you cannot walk for 3 or 4 months. It's special. It's enter the bones and become from other side out. So this special weapons that they use it in all the villages against the children. And once time we have 10 children in our village in one demonstration who's been injured by 022, and they was staying at home. They have to walk when they cannot walk. They have to walk in sticks or something. April 17, 2009, they kill our friend Basim Abu Rahma by this tear gas canister. We have 2 in the village was killed. 1st of January 2011, they killed his sister Jawahir Abu Rahma. In our demonstration, we have everybody join because it's non-violent demonstration. We have the women, the children, the men, everybody join us in the demonstration. Also the international and the Israelis activists every week. We have 1,300 people who's injured. Many of them had a problem in their body because of these weapons. We'll talk about the hard time. I think in the hard time you cannot explain it. You have to live it, you have to feel it sometimes. I lived this time many times. My home been attacked about 15 times to arrested me, or to search in the house, or to just make a problem in my home. I have 5 children in my home. This is, I want to talk about my home because it's happened in all homes. And I live this life. Once I asked the soldier, why you coming at night time? Just to scare the children. He said, if you come on Friday, I will come every night. When I was told him this is a room for the children, he said, I know. But everybody have to wake up. And you didn't know how the child feel when he saw a group of soldiers cover their faces, big guns with dogs, inside of his room, wake him up from his sleeping. I have two old children that can understand. Old children, old men. In Palestine, 14, you are man. You are child under 10, sometimes no. But I have my daughter, she's grow with the faces of the soldiers. She's 10 years old, the same old of the wall. And she saw all these things happen in her life. The violence of the soldiers. So if you stay one night in our home, you will see how many nights she wake up crying, shouting because of the bad dream. And this is with many children in the village. Sometimes 200 soldiers in a small village, they attack 10, 13, 14 houses in the same time. Where it's happened that you wake up your children because of a lot of tear gas in the middle of the night inside of the home. Where's the human rights? We did a lot of demonstration for the children to go to the wall, just carry a sign, let us sleep. Just we want to sleep. They didn't have their right to sleep like all the children in the world. You know, it's a simple things. That's Jerusalem is 25 kilometers in my home. I never been there. I am 42 years old now. My children ask me many times, especially in Ramadan time, the Palestinian, the Muslims people like to go to Jerusalem to see the, we cannot take him there. They like to see the sea. A Palestinian children like to see the sea. Is it wrong? It's right for all the children to play, to go everywhere. But we never be in the sea. It's, for our children, it's a simple thing. Our children know just weapons, like collect after the demonstration, tear gas, rubber coat, steel bullet. They're talking about how the demonstration, it's many things that they lost. They didn't have garden to play. We built a new garden where is the free land that we have it after the demolition of the wall. After 1 month, we have an order to demolish this garden. And when they go there to play in this garden, they have a soldiers waiting. Sometimes want to play the soldiers with the children. They throw to them tear gas. So there is no justice. It's enough to say there is no justice. "13 years old, children, we talk about 150 who's been in jail between 4 months to 18 months. Each one have to pay to the court money to break the families. They know that the families lost their jobs, many of them. Many of the farmers was selling the olive oil. Now they have to buy it. They know that. In the court, when they charge a child for 4 months or 6 months, he's have to pay more 2,000 shekel or 15,000 shekel sometimes. He have to pay to break his family. We have many of these children who's been in jail for these months. This is, we talk about the succeed and how much we succeed. We succeed to remove the wall back. We succeed to stop 2,000 apartments. We succeed to send our message to many people in the world. That's Bil'in become a known village, a famous village in non-violent way. Especially after 5 broken cameras that get a lot of attention outside It shows the life of the Palestinian, the real life of the Palestinian, the life of the child, how he's grow, the life of the farmers, how they arrested him for 18 months because he is joined a non-violent demonstration to refuse destroying his land. We saw a simple man who was in front, who was love everybody, everybody love him. He's welcomed everybody every week. He was in the front. I never saw in his hand a stone. He was a peaceful man. And you lost him in 1 minute.
The children.
All the children. We talk about the international and how much it's important to have international in our demonstration and Israelis activists and media also. Because the international is part of the media. And here the media, the Western media that's in Europe, in the United States, as a Palestinian, we sure that it's control. They didn't show anything about the real life of the Palestinian. They show what they want to show. Because the people here in the United States didn't know anything about Palestine. They didn't know anything about the conflict there, how the Palestinians live. So the international is our messengers outside. And we didn't lie to the people. We invite everybody to come to join us, to be on the ground, to see by their own eyes what's going on there, what's happened. But also they treated bad and they use a lot of violence against them, the international. They broke in their cameras when they saw them taking photos. We have two of our friends from Japan. There were students taking photos to make research. They lost their eyes by these weapons. We have our friend from California, San Francisco, Christian Anderson, who was taking photos in the demonstration, and they shot him by the same tear gas they shot our friend Bassem Abu Rahman. And he's in wheelchair now. They broken his brain. Many of them been arrested, deported, but they're still coming because they believe that's in this way. They believe that the Palestinians have their right to live like everybody in the world. They were standing with us at night time when the soldiers raid the houses to take photos but also they treated very bad. We have the Israelis activists also every week that join us in the village and other villages now around. We didn't stand just Bil'in. We go out Bil'in and we did a lot of actions, a lot of demonstrations outside of Bil'in, where is the roads, where is the when the Israelis talk about a new settlement or a new roads, we was going there and do our actions. Like the settlement E1. If you remember when Netanyahu said we want to build a settlement, it's called E1, where is between Jericho and Bethlehem, in the road of Bethlehem. And this settlement is very, very dangerous for the Palestinians. It will close the north from the south. So if you want to go to Bethlehem or to Hebron, after this settlement, you need a permission to go there. It's difficult now to go there, but after this, it will be more worse. We go there and we build our village. It's called Bab al-Shams, if you heard about Bab al-Shams. Yes, we went there and we built our village in the place there's where decided to build the settlement. They came, you know, after 2 days they came and demolished the tents. They arrested the people there, but also they didn't build the settlement until now. So it's we have also Ain Hijla in Jordan Valley. That they was talking to take this land to build also a wall in the side of Jordan Valley. We go there and we built this village. The first night was 500 Palestinians in this village living there. After 1 week, they came, they demolished it, they arrested everybody, but still the same. So sometimes we succeed to stop a plan for a new settlement or new houses by these actions. We close a roads, 443 for example, road, it was for the Palestinian villages that goes on this road. The settlers came and they attacked this road and they didn't let the Palestinians to go on it. We go there and we close this road in front of the settlers by our bodies. After that, we did a lot of demonstration in this road, 443. We succeed to have the Palestinian cars to go on this road. But also still the settlers go in on it. This is my son Majd. He's 16 years old. He's been injured by live bullet. It's got the main nerve in his leg, so he's lost his foot. The problem is of Majd is he's one of my family. So his problem that I am his father. And I feel that when he's injured, it was in front of me when they shot him. I said, oh my God, what I did. You know, because you lead, you organize the people, I feel that I did it for him. I take him to ambulance. It was a lot of blood comes out from him. So he spent 6 days in Ramallah hospital. They told us we didn't have a doctor nerve here to did the surgery for him. He have to go to Jordan. We take him to Jordan. It was also a big story to go to Jordan and to come back. The Shabak in the border, they stop us. He was in the ambulance. They stop us for 2 hours when we go. So he was very tired in the ambulance. When we was in Jordan, in the hospital, they told us, you have a good professor to do this surgery in Al Maqasid University, in Al Maqasid Hospital in Jerusalem. We went back to West Bank. In our way back, we find also the same. They stop us for 2 hours. They wanted to take him from the ambulance, the interrogations, mukhabarat. The driver in the ambulance, he refused because he said he cannot walk, and if you take him, it's مسؤوليتك يعني شو. Yes. You're responsible. So the Shabak came to ambulance and they asked him there, what's your name, why you injured, and these things. He didn't answer any question. He was silent because he's very tired. After 2 hours, they release him, but they give him a paper to meet a Shabak in 28th of August. And this day is his birthday. But because he's under treatment and he's have to go to do the surgery in Al Maqasid, he didn't go. We called the lawyer, it was Israeli lawyer, and he said he didn't have to go. We called them, they said we didn't want him. As everybody injured, he can go to have his treatment in any hospital. We met the professor, he gave us dates to go to Al Maqasid hospital. So we went to get a permission for him from the Israelis to take him by ambulance to the hospital. They refused to give him a permission for security reason. And he have to do this surgery. because it's the main nerve, and they have to take nerves from his 2 legs to cover this nerve. So it takes about 3-4 days. They didn't give us a permission to take him to the hospital. They refused to talk also. So we call our friends, 2 Israeli friends who was join us in the demonstrations. They bring their cars in the middle of the night, and they take him from other way to Jerusalem. So he succeeded to be in before the surgery, the time of the surgery. It's good. He did the surgery. He spent 10 days in Al Maqasid hospital without anyone of his family. So look how much it's, he's in pain when he didn't see his family, his father, his mother, near him when he did the surgery. So we have many friends who's visiting him from international and Israeli activists in the hospital, but no one from his family. No one from the family. His uncle, no, his my brother, no, nobody. All Burnat family was refused to go to hospital. Why? Because of security reason. He did the surgery, and we bring him back home in the same way that we take him. Now he's have a long way for treatment. He's going to hospital 3 days a week after the school to cover his foot. The professor said the success will be between 25 to 50%. We try to give him how much we can, but you know, it's not easy to do that.
That was coverage of Palestinian activist Iyad Burnat's March 30th speech at the Community Church of Boston.